Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action. We've got Mastrblastr versus Juushichi in Lum's Lucky Lottery. So we saw some Mastrblastr gave us some exciting games versus CKR. Unfortunately for him, CKR hit him with the gross Deathstrike Dragon to beat 9-throw when he was Rook. I shed a couple of tears on that one, so we'll see if Mastrblastr can recover. Obviously a very strong player. That set was very, very close. Juushichi, who just joined me on a cast a little while ago, again, very strong player, proficient with a lot of characters. My personal favorite to win this whole thing, just because he has so much exposure to so many different characters over a wide variety of matchups and stuff like that. So we'll see how this thing goes. Excited to see these two guys playing. Should be pretty sweet. So I know Ju has a very strong Jaina, very strong Satsuki in particular. Trying to think of other. He's got a scary Oni. Really understands and can really make that character work. Mastrblastr I'm less familiar with. I'm not sure what he mains, but obviously a very, very competent and scary player. Oh, okay. This is a matchup I'm very interested in. So this is on paper very much Onimaru favored. The reason for that being that Onimaru's Guard Crush, which allows him to destroy blocks with his attacks if they're equal or higher, is a very scary proposition for Trock to have to deal with. So those 10 attacks and his 8 attacks both beat the very highest block that Trock has. This is what happens when you give grapplers dodges. They're actually not that great at it. I like the opening throw from Mastrblastr. The deceptive thing about Onimaru against grapplers is that he actually really likes to block. His blocks are very good, and those Guard Crush cards that are so particularly effective, and especially in the early game when most grapplers want to get their block game on, is that, you know, grappler normals deal a lot of damage. So whereas, you know, if you get poked out by a non-grappler player, maybe they don't have the combo, they just deal a little bit of hurt. But Trock, Rook, and Midori can really, you know, they've got that 6-7-8 combo, which can be very, very destructive. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the face down there, and I'm not sure about the Joker there. That might have been a bit greedy. I wonder if that means that Ju's actually stuck on kind of a rough hand. No? Okay. If it was a bait for the Jack to hit, then I'm okay with it. Definitely need to stop those kings from happening. Does not follow it up with another Jack. yeah. This is a good subjective opinion to have, Animus. Okay, yeah. So both players go into Block City. Mastrblastr has found one of his few good blocks. We'll see if he protects it with a normal attack here. Aces become very, very. Oh, okay, there we go. Good throw. Definitely a good trade for Trock. 15 damage to 10. Can't be too disappointed with that outcome, although with this particular situation, Trock having a life lead of nearly 20 health, and now going up in cards as well. War Stomp, a very, very effective ability. Just to put Onimaru on a low, kind of awkward, possibly awkward hand. Onimaru does have tons of good wake-up options, though, to stuff. His ace does get undercut with Queen, Okay, see the slow jack coming out. That's a very fair matchup to play the slow jack side for Trock. It is at 3.4 speed, which trades with Onimaru's jack, but probably fine with that. I think it does trade with, yeah, it would trade with 3, so you'd trade 10-10, which also isn't great, but, ooh, okay, going for the cross-up. I don't mind it. Defending himself against Wake Up 10 or Wake Up 8. That is, of course, the nice thing about Onimaru is that those high normals threaten the blocks enough that you can sneak in blocks of your own to try to catch the stuff that's going to defend against Guard Crush, and also unleash the power of this ace. And now Onimaru is at 7 cards, so he can start getting stuff started. He's got the fuel he needs to put on some hurt. And even if he doesn't want to do that now, he can put on the pressure with some good blocks. Ooh, good 10 there. The classic. Attach the ace, hit him with the 10. Trock, obviously, you know, as a grappler, does not have, even though he has dodges, he doesn't have a lot of dodges. So he can't afford to play safe from Oni, as other characters would, especially in the late game, where you just play a lot of dodges and punish any kind of aggressive tactics. Okay, this is going to deal at least 15 damage. I think he followed this up 100% of the time. Okay. Very good bluff there by Master Blaster. Possibly would have put Ju in an awkward position where you've got an 11-card Trock. Although he doesn't, he has no attached blocks. I think that might have been. Depends what he has in his hand. But I think I cash in the ace. Okay, Master Blaster does get an attached block. Ju waking up with a 3 because Master Blaster has been aggressive with the cross-up attempts. And 3 undercuts any kind of normal attack, since his fastest normal is on a 4. Yeah, these brutal War Stomps, really controlling Onimaru's hand size very effectively. Although it does mean that he has now played 4 out of 8 of his blocks. At this point, I think he does, yeah. The additional blocks we're seeing from Master Blaster, I think, indicate that he's just going to block until Ju makes him not do that, and try to attach as many things as possible. Okay, putting in some 3s. This is going to give him a good life lead. Does not put Ju in lethal range. 28 health is definitely something that he can absorb at least one more combat loss. Yeah. So that tells me that he's probably got... I mean, at this point he can dodge into 9 damage and knockdown. That's not a bad idea. Although it could indicate that he's got another king in hand. Just kind of the preferred dodge follow-up if you don't have Beast Unleashed. Especially in this matchup where there's a lot of high normals coming out of Onimaru. Your king is not as effective as it would be in other matchups. Good dodge here from Juushichi. Problem is, now do you cash it in? Or do you keep... yeah, 15 damage. He's got to catch up. Might be real. Nope. Gets the free additional 10 damage. Following it up with the queen tells me that he has Final Authority in hand. Okay, or just has another queen. That is totally fair too. Those queens will trade with Trock's queens, both of them being 0.8 speed, unless, of course, Final Authority comes out to play. And in this low-life situation, ooh! If Q, then Q, my friend. Okay, now here I like the face down. Yeah. Actually, very good that he has the Joker there, because he's much healthier at 28 health than he is at 19. 19 is a very scary place to be. Okay. Queen on knockdown. The classic Troc play. Especially now, Master Blaster making a call on the fact that Ju was being, kind of cheeky with partial coverage by waking up with sort of fast normals. Ooh, get married. Or rather, don't. Master Blaster getting the second attached block. His dodges are now very, very scary. And we have seen both Jokers gone, so the dodge range from Master Blaster becomes much more effective. The only issue with dodging now is that he's at 17 health, which Juushichi could bet it all, could bet the entire farm on a 9 throw for lethal, or a 10 throw for lethal. Anything else would leave him short. But dodges, very strong here. Good block. Does tell us that he does not have a dodge in hand. Otherwise, you absolutely always 100% time dodge there, unless he actually doesn't have 3 aces in hand. The single ace power-up could have been a way to make his blocks a little bit more effective, as Ju starts hedging against the possibility of Eagle Totem, and yeah, so we see Juushichi being more aggressive, reaching for that final authority, playing very safe options here. And if he's got a few more kings and Master Blaster doesn't find any more of his dodges, he's in potential chip range here. Though he has half of his remaining deck in hand. Only 2 dodges left, though. Very, very scary. Okay, so the powering up for aces because it plays better against the remaining jack. The 5s and the aces are going to lose to queen. 10 stuff. Okay, this should be lethal. Yeah. He's going to put him on the ground, and then he's in a very, very good situation. Even if this is jokered, he can just play Martial Mastery if he has it. Wow, nice. Steps aside of the Joker, and now very, very scary position. Okay, so still 1 Joker left for Master Blaster. The most obvious play from Juushichi is a face card here, backed up with Final Authority, because it's going to beat everything that isn't a block. Yeah, very good. And the second value play is just a massive, horrifying normal attack, because that will beat any block. Doesn't matter what you play. You can play even, odd, you spin them around, doesn't matter. So game 1 goes to Juushichi. That is a Onimaru advantage matchup. Yeah, Master Blaster doing the correct thing, sticking with a very strong character himself with Troc, trying to roll Juushichi into a less favorable matchup. Ooh, okay. So Ju gets one of his mains. Probably one of all the people to roll into Jaina that are competing in this tournament, probably one of the more... I don't know if this is actually bad for Troc, to be honest. Okay, that's definitely a very bad start for him, but But if he can find enough blocks, you pretty much are guaranteed to be able to attach your giant strength or your giant growth. Like, there's just no way that Jaina's being that aggressive with throws in the early game, I feel like. Or just generally. Like, Jaina's going to pick her throw, like, her 1 or 2 throws per game against this character, especially since his blocks don't stick around. She's got a very effective starter in her slow side of her jack. Yeah, and there we see that. Just dealing very consistent chip, covering basically all normal options, all throws. The only thing that Trock can do is play queen, jack, dodge, gold burst. Like, there are very few options that he's got. So it can definitely feel oppressive, and of course, if you ever do put Jaina into that 35 health threshold, then everything just becomes horrifying, as she can threaten the 2 ace side of her aces. 0.2 speed is going to beat every single thing that Trock can possibly play. Yeah, good fast jack, just even 7 damage. Not much payoff for the jack there, unfortunately. Although I guess the fast side now deals 10 damage as well, so not bad. But yeah, there's very little damage that Trock can deal off of his queen and jack. Nice Eagle Totem, good stuff. Playing around the kind of threat of slow jack, and does catch a throw from Juushichi, and look at that, he's got a 30 health lead that he can play around with. He can go very safe to block city, although we could see more throws from Ju now that he's got ace pressure backing it up. Yeah, there we go. He can't go too ham off of this, he's got to follow it up relatively conservatively, some high normals maybe. Yeah, okay, does spend the aces. I guess he has to catch up. He can't spend too much time dilly-dallying. Although possibly setting up for knockdown and getting the aces back. Getting the aces back on a mix-up. Good cue. Very important just to stuff the king, just not to take that too much more damage. So now we're going into the late game with Jaina with a life lead. Still within essentially 1 combat win from Trock to even it up. So definitely no... Ooh, nice. I like the aggressive range from Ju. Switching in the throws. Okay, nice. Is going to get an ace off of this. He can afford to be oppressive with it. We had 2 aces in the discard. He's not that far into his deck, so it's possible he doesn't have the second one yet. Nice. I like the 4 undercut. 5 is a good range against kings and throws in general. Gets the Trock streets. Health very even now. But now those aces become very, very scary. So Trock does not have huge payoff off of throws. At this point, he doesn't really need it. Dodge into king is probably much more effective than straight king. But it can be very scary to... Okay, not a bad trade. Ace-ace would be a very good reveal here, I feel. Although dodge into king is so strong. And he hasn't played a single dodge so far, in contrast to last game. However, very, very early into both players' decks, so... Ooh! Good throw defense. Takes a steely heart. Yeah, definitely follow up 100% of the time. Go for lethal. You do not want to stick around in this matchup. It can be very, very scary. Very, very well played by Master Blaster. Takes a win. Evens up the sets. This is a first to 4. Yeah. Yeah, Jaina is very, very scary to play against for grapplers. The question is, does Juushichi reroll Master Blaster? I think you do. I think you stay Jaina and try to... Yeah, I agree. These have been some really, really good games so far. Okay, so we've got Lum versus Jaina. I think this is definitely a better match for Master Blaster. PADNA, of course. Yeah, Block City comes out. Good cue. Stuffs the Jack attempt. Very few things that Jaina has that that beat that. Yeah, basically her queen and either side of her ace. Otherwise, she's got to either dodge or block it out. Probably prefer to dodge them actually if you can. Okay, early unstable power. I think we see naked throw here. So normal throw. Put him on his back. Get aces for pressure. You can afford to take the... Yeah. So unfortunately he's going to... I was about to say, you can afford to take the 7 damage. The problem with Lum is if he sticks out a big normal like that, he can get very scary. I really hope for... This is a very good place to face down in contrast to that first game. Okay, good Joker. Very good Joker. As CPAT said on a previous stream, don't go in without protection. It's the name of the game here. And Ju doesn't get punished very hard for that at all. In fact, Master Blaster rolling away at 10, which is very, very good. Ooh, nice undercut. Punishing that queen. Good stuff. Okay, buying back the Jack. It's a good combo filler. Good throws. Wow. I mean, you have to throw the panda, otherwise you just lose. You can't afford to give him crazy cards. Crazy hand. Okay, wake up 6th throw. Gets punished with a 4. Ju unwilling to respect the known queen. Spaghetti combos. 22 damage. Very, very good. Buy back at least the... Okay, buys the whole thing back. Okay, yeah, buying back the Jack for aces. It's very good. 35 health for Lum here. Yeah, jackpot is a fair play. It is a 10-card hand for Ju. That's probably another good reason, actually, to buy those cards back, just to add additional cover against the 7s. Okay, just playing the safe options. Master Blaster hasn't shown a willingness to ace dodge in neutral yet. So, play it until he proves it. Okay, good dodges from Ju. Lum has very weak dodge punish because his throws are not particularly strong. He does have to... I mean, he can throw with a 9 and pump several times and deal adequate damage, but it's very inefficient. And it doesn't knock down. Good jack here. Knee bash indicates that Ju probably doesn't have other normal throws. Either that or he wants to get some 10s into the discard, actually. So... 3... Is he able to buy back on a 3? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, opts to draw the card. Possibility that he doesn't have anything to set up off of Poker Flourish, or he hasn't drawn a Poker Flourish yet. That would be supremely bad luck. Okay, here we see the 10s come out. So I like the block there. It's well placed, especially if you take that as a read. Oh, interesting. Okay. If you take that as a read that he doesn't have other normal throws, and considering he didn't have the 10s to discard, which you might prefer to throw with the 6 instead of the 10s, still deals adequate damage. But okay, another jackpot. See the ace? No. Confirms a king. Probably knew about that prior. He's rapidly... Master Blaster is definitely in... I believe that's in lethal range, yeah. Yeah, you can throw 6... Throw 6 AA for lethal. Or not even that, you can throw 3 AA for lethal. Okay, plays the ace honest. Chips him a bit. Does lose that ace. Immediate power up. Now that the 7s are all gone. No, all but 1 are gone. It's totally fine to put aces back in your smaller hand. Okay, powers up for the additional ace. Do we see Poker Flourish off of 4 of a kind too? Oh no, okay. Still gonna sit at 12 cards after this. Brutal. And no Poker Flourish. So he has the threat of... Ooh. Okay, I like this. So if he's crazy, he plays another 6 or throw here. Because potentially walking into 4 aces for lethal is very, very real. Although there's a strong disincentive for him to risk the aces. Although against Lum, then again, thinking about it, ace-ace is... Ace-ace is really safe. It only loses to ace-ace from Ju, and he can't play that. Unless he has a queen. 3 queens already played. I think you go for ace-ace here, and then you have 2 aces in the discard, and you can, even if it doesn't work, and you eat some damage, like you're going to get put on the ground, I think you're fine to do that. This is potentially game-winning. Okay. Doesn't want to risk the aces. I expect no face down here because there's really not much damage that Ju can do off of this. Oh, okay. Okay, so handful of aces for Juushichi. Good throw. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The dodges are so low risk. At least this one dodge is very low risk. Okay, so he... Poker Flourish is off the top 2 cards of your deck, right? Yeah, top 2 you discard, so that's not a Poker Flourish setup. Oh! Good ace dodge. 20, that's it. Wow! Wow! Great game. Tense stuff. I think as Juushichi, you definitely re-random Lum. Yeah, that was sick. It's a good place to do it. It was a very, very safe play to dodge from Ju. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be having trouble with Opera. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Well. Okay, so in this matchup, anything that anything that they actually play doesn't matter at all. All out of combat damage is going to be, that's the only thing that's going to happen. Ooh! Undercut with the 2. Into king, into jack. Hype 15 damage combos! Yeah, so I think this is probably Arg favored. Lum has a 6 throw, which is, you know, good, but nothing he does knocks down unless he rolls away his face cards. Good combat win there. On the other hand, so, you know, he wants to play this block jack mix-up, but that leaves ace block spam from Argagarg as being very, 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 very safe and very effective. Because if you ever do catch that, it's going to be hells of trouble for Lum to get in again. Arg doesn't have great speed, so Jack is very oppressive. Yeah, good Jack here. In previous games, Master Blaster has been a little bit hesitant, I think, to play the dominant option when it's known. And it's nice to see him mix that up. Yeah, just throwing in the damage. You just need to deal damage. Okay, so that Jack's going away. Definitely see the draw there. 5 cards in hand means, again, very little payoff off of throws. So blocks can be particularly effective. Yeah, good block there. No chip on that, so very bad combat loss for Master Blaster. Now the ace is real. And now the mix-up, the pressure mix-up is really on Argagarg's side here. Is he going to play a poke to beat the throw, or is he going to play the ace? There we go. So it reads the fact that Master Blaster thinks Juushichi is going to play it immediately. Very good 15 damage combo again. Not much of a life lead though. Argagarg, not a character who needs to deal a ton of damage in combat, just because so much of it comes from his day-to-day stuff, his innate. Ace versus ace, and Arg definitely comes out ahead on that. 6 cards in hand. Okay, jackpot's not bad. And honestly, he's probably pretty happy to get that crash and float. Ooh, has the 10 in hand. Successfully blocks with it, which is very good for him. We have not seen the ace block come out yet. Good throws. Draw combos here. 8 into 6. Whew! Grapplers eat your heart out. Huge life lead here for Ju. Well, I mean 25, but that's very, very strong in this matchup. Okay, does get dodged. Do we have 4 aces in hand? Oh, we've got kings in hand. Okay, just as good. 14 damage off a dodge. Potential to get this back. Oh. Yeah, I mean, really bad luck there. The slow really doesn't mean anything to Argagarg. His options are always going to be slower than anything that Lum's going to be playing anyway. I don't know if you have a normal block here as Ju, I'd probably play that. It's really not a particularly strong reason to block with ace. Okay. Although I suppose the getting it thrown is equally fine. The only risk there is he's starting to get to a position where, I mean, with 6 cards in hand, finding another pair to try to get a... Okay, full house, 7 damage. Evens things up a little bit. Does show him that he has 2 aces and a king in hand. King's not going to be doing too much. Ooh, no! Oh, that's a particularly bad combat loss. The 10th of throws. So, Master Blaster, a bit of a fan of the slow throws here. Okay, continues to block. Probably doesn't have the 4th king. Good throw here. Yeah, if a few more combats and block spam, like 100% block range, it would have become very, very real for Arg. I like the bluff there, just to make him think about it. Immediately fetches another ace. Yeah, the 2.2 speed with only 1 queen played and 2 jacks played, it's not something you want to risk getting undercut. Good blocks. Master Blaster with 2 aces in the discard, so there's no chance of Poker Flourish. Good throw. But again, yeah, what can he realistically pump this with? I think nothing. I think you just let this rock, unfortunately. You still have 4 cards in hand. You kind of have to make something happen with roll the dice. I don't think you can afford to. I mean, unless you have... You've got to really balance what you have left in hand after this. Oh, really? Oh, that is the worst possible feeling. 10 throw? 10 throw is pretty much what you have to hit here. 10 throw or jack into 8. I guess if you have one of those, you play one of those. Protective ward, yeah, that pretty much. Awful combat loss to take. No chip at all, and also puts the Ripster Blaster. Yeah, it's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. Yeah, it's fair. He's done good work. But oh yeah, no, that's it. That's rips. I'm gonna go grab food while they figure out what's going on next. I'll be back. So probably reroll Arg. I apologize for eating on stream. Try to keep the chewing to a minimum, but I am starving right now. Yeah, good option. Okay. We see it again. At least we didn't see Lum. Actually, I would have loved to see Lum v Lum. If we go this entire tournament without seeing Lum v Lum, like, collusion, quit the game forever. Nice. The 10th of throws. Important to put those 10s in discard as early as possible. We didn't see any of them in the first instance of this matchup. Ooh! The rude Q on knockdown. Very nice. Get some good damage off of that. Probably going to buy that 4 back. Yeah. Never a perfect with Jaina. Good block. The fact that Ju blocked there and really hasn't been aggressive with anything, like any combo. He hasn't shown him any combos or pressed any particularly strong starter buttons like that 2 there. Could have put Master Blaster, especially with 12 cards, 11-ish cards in hand. Throw is an okay option. And it also covers, the ace also covers Jack, so not bad. Good block there. We're going to see a lot of that. Both these players on 13 cards in hand, so we see some aggression. I like the blocks from Juushichi. He can afford to build himself something really, really scary, start powering up really heavily, discourage that the J spam, and possibly get more mileage out of throws. We saw him throw very, very effectively in this matchup the first time. Yeah, just spending the Qs. He's already working on a very nice 20 health life lead. Ooh, piling on the pressure here. Very little punish there. Just takes the 7 damage. Master Blaster now showing aces of his own. Threatening the very scary ace dodge. Ooh! Thought he had cowed him into blocking, or at the very least throwing with that 10. the disrespectful 10. Undercutting with the 9 there would have been very, very nice for him. So fewer aces in hand. Oh no! This could get very ugly very quickly. He's got to face down on this. Yeah. Okay, just loses a king, but that could have led into just absurd amounts of damage. You do not want to do that, and especially into straights to get those aces right back in hand. I mean, doesn't stop them, but you don't want to give it to them for free. Ooh! Oh no! The reeds, though. Good hedge against throw as well. With aces backing Ju up, an attack from Master Blaster was probably... Ooh! Oh no! Oh man! This is just not going well for Master Blaster. He needs to make something happen really, really fast. Yeah, and here come the very, very safe dodges. He's just going to let the 10s deal as much damage as he can get. Very, very hard for Lum to get back into the game at this point. Depending on how many throws he's already powered up or thrown away. Yeah, I mean, throws aren't particularly, you know, brimming from his deck right now. Yep, just dealing some damage. Just sitting on him as much as possible. Not sure there's any good answer here, to be honest. He needs to deal damage to get back in the game, but you have to not hurt your hand too badly. That was the Joker anyway, so yeah. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation there. The Master Blaster really needs effectively a mirror to get back, miracle to get back into this, or he needs to dodge into 4 aces, which would also be very, very good. Although I think basically a dodge throw range from Ju is the correct response. Seen one Joker go away. Okay. Good answer. No face down here. There's no reason to. 8 cards in hand. Anything he does here is going to hurt him more than it hurts. Yep. Yeah, I mean, those face cards aren't doing him any favors, but still very awkward to have to do that. So 6 card Lum. Okay, gets another throw in. Ju just steadfastly blocking. That is that's the last 6. So the only throws left are 8, 9, 10. Let's see. On Ju's side, he has still 3 7s left in the deck somewhere. And some other throws besides, so looking pretty good. I don't think he's hit a single one of those jackpots. Ooh! Good ace dodge. Although it's rapidly becoming time of the game where... Yeah, I mean, he can do it one more time. So if he gets good payoff of this, 10 is a good start. I think he doesn't have the other joker in hand. I think otherwise you never hesitate to hit that. So we are in mutual lethal here. Potentially mutual lethal. Could blackjack into 18 damage. Probably doing a bit of a calculation here. I think you take... Oh, there's no timer. Oh well. They have been playing pretty fast anyway. Okay, mutual blocks. He has to make that dodge count if he is going to dodge into it. Okay. May not matter. Here we go. Can he find 18 damage? Okay. 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 Oh god! Wow! Wow! Oh my god! Boom, 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 boom. Damn. So Master Blaster now sitting on match point. That was gross. That was sick. That was an incredible comeback. Like, I spent all that time talking about how it was going to be so hard for Lum. It was ridiculous. But he hit like every throw he needed to. And then also hit exactsies and big damage off of 2 blackjacks. Crazy. I think Ju is probably very sad to see Zane come out. Although, as a teammate of Raziek, he may have more than his fair share of experience in this matchup. So basically, fairly neutral opening. The scary thing about Zane in this matchup, so first of all, his 2 is very oppressive, and second of all, he can very effectively, I think, play for maximum anarchy with a very heavy block range. Okay, Shenanigans being double helpful, twice as helpful as she needs to be. 7 or Queen 9 Jack. Thinking about ace-ace? Okay. Okay, thinking about whether he wanted to follow up with additional cards. So Ju sitting at, going to be sitting at 11 cards in hand versus 8 cards Zane. Does have queens and aces and gold burst to respond to meaty attacks. Good block for Master Blaster, drawing out the queen. Shen now giving Master Blaster the appropriate amount of queens. Finds the damage. So 2 10s in the discard is very nice. And I suppose he's only paid with 30 of his hit points, so that's okay, but Master Blaster hasn't really... Master Blaster hasn't really represented dodge at all yet. And I think he will represent blocks, yeah, he'll represent blocks way, way more. So he has rolled away 2 2s, or he's used 2 2s, I should say. So that opens up Jaina's king game a lot, since her king sits on 2.4. And there we go. So this could be very, very good damage. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. So buys the whole thing back except for the 5. Puts an ace in his hand. He's going to need that for knockdown defense. Gets thrown. Oh, rolls the jack too. Yeah, good damage off of this, and gets the knockdown. .21 damage, or 21 health is a very scary place to be. Especially against 10-card Zane. Holy smokes. Those few blocks that he's played so far. Oh god, now we've got maximum anarchy pressure. So really putting Jaina in a very awkward position, where she has to push a button to defend herself against anything but maximum anarchy, but potentially loses just to maximum anarchy or dodge into maximum anarchy. Dodges are very strong here, I think. Oh, just plays it raw. Oh, dag, Master Blaster. Going in. Well played. Good stuff from Master Blaster. Good games. Really, really high-level games. I really liked a lot of that. I think there's a lot to appreciate about the way both of these players played that whole time. Very, very exciting stuff. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Apologies for any eating noises. I hope I'll edit those out if I can find them. If any of them made it to the tape. If you are interested in Yomi at all, once again, I'm gonna give a shout out to the game. It's incredible to watch, incredible to play. Join us online. $15 gets you 10 characters. The first 10 or the expansion 10. Same thing. It's available on Steam. Very faithful representation, higher quality graphics and cards. If you want to check out the Steam version, also $15. Very reasonable price for a game that I've been playing pretty much continuously for a year and a half now, and I have not gotten old with it. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense, and I hope I'll show you some more games very soon. Thanks for watching.